Hola, my name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, esthetician, cosmetic consumer. I haven't done one of these in a minute, but one thing I like to do on the regular is to look at what's launching, what's coming up, what's new. And so today we're gonna be doing a would I buy, should I buy video. With these, I always ask on my Instagram story, what are some launches recently that have come out that you're really enjoying or ones that are coming up that you're really looking forward to? So I'm just gonna go through this list I made and talk about if I would buy or if these products are worth looking into, in my opinion, which is just my opinion, so take that with a grain of salt. So first thing on the list, we have a brand launch, and this is arguably, I think, one of the first launches of the year, I think, that I'm like really hyped about. Like everyone is uniformly very like excited about this launch, and I don't know what it is about it, but something about it, it's like, oh, that's inspiring, that's interesting. And that is Byoma. I'm calling it Byoma. I don't know what's Byoma. I don't know the T behind the brand. The guy behind it though is the guy behind Tan Luxe, and I believe it's a UK based brand. And I saw the name and I was like, oh, is it like black owned, like African owned? It's not. The guy behind is white. So I don't know what Byoma is, what it means. I don't think I've seen an explanation. I'm looking at it like, is it an acronym? Be your own M-A? I don't know what that's supposed to be. But the whole point of the line is a streamlined version. It's like a response to like the ordinary, the inky list single ingredient situation, where it's specific products that target specific concerns with a really good mixture of ingredients where the primary focus is barrier care, if I'm not mistaken. And everything is about 13 pounds or less. So super affordable. It launched here at Cult Beauty. It's available in the US, I believe, at Target now. I haven't tried it yet. I'm really excited. All my creator friends though who have gotten it really enjoy it. Like Latif Saka did an ad with them and he's done nothing but rave about the products. My friend Grant, aka Skin Tea, he's also really loving the products. So I'm excited to get my hands on them. This is a brand, this is a launch that I see and I'm like, it's giving me affordable drunk elephant. It's giving me elevated The Ordinary. It looks very fun. It seems very interesting. And based off what I can look at of the products, like obviously I have not tried them. I don't know how they're going to work, but just the claims behind them off the ingredients look really, really fun. Super excited for this one. And plus it's really affordable. So I think it's definitely a good approach to be accessible while not having to buy 17 different individual ingredient products to get the benefits one of their serums can give you. Next up, we have r.e.m, Ariana's makeup brand. And this has been out for a minute now, but realistically, I'm going to be honest, I have not seen necessarily a lot of anything, let alone any hype around the products, if anything's really great, what people love, people don't love. So I just don't know. With that being said, if I'm not hearing anything really bad, is that bad? But if I'm not hearing anything good, is it worth trying? I did buy my friend some of the products in the line just because it was his birthday. He loves Ariana. So it's more like a, here, try these out. And actually I haven't even heard his review of the products, but overall, I'm like, it seems like a very simple launch. There's some highlighters, there's some eyeshadow palettes, some lip glosses. What caught my eye the most was the liquid shadow, just because I'm a big fan of liquid shadows. They tend to be oily eyelid compatible, but again, I just haven't seen a lot of them. And I know people have been kind of inquiring as to why Ariana's not pushing it hard. Like when Fenty launched, Rihanna was all about that. Rare Beauty, Selena is constantly part of the launches, part of the marketing. She's very involved in the public's perception of the line. Where's Ariana? What's going on with Ariana? Personally, I'm interested to see what else the line does, but realistically, I just don't see so much exciting things happening about it, but I also just don't see Ariana doing much with it either. So I feel like maybe if she did more with it and pushed it more and was more present in what we see of the brand, it might perform differently. Let me know your thoughts. Next is one that if you're not part of skincare Twitter, you might not necessarily see all the hype about, but from Topicals, High Roller, which is essentially this like serum to prevent ingrowns. It's an ingrown tonic, sorry. The reason I say Twitter is because I follow a lot of estheticians, especially Black estheticians, who basically cater so much of the work around preventing razor burns and ingrowns because that prevents a lot of hyperpigmentation issues. And they are loving this product. If you don't know, Topicals, indie Black owned brand, they're really famous for their faded serum and also their butter. And I think this is outside of those two because they also did like body versions of them, the third launch in the line. It's a liquid cocktail set to soothe shaving irritation and prevent bumps from ingrown hairs. It has salicylic acid, glycolic acid, niacinamide, and zinc PCA as like star ingredients. This is interesting. I think it's a very unique concept. I really haven't seen anything like this specifically marketed in this regard. Topicals, just as a small brand, I think they're doing such cool things and they're very exciting to see. I know they have the two serums at Sephora. I don't know if this is there yet. I see a lot of big things happening for them just because they launch interesting things and they seem very unique in what they want to do. I don't shave personally. I also don't get anything waxed. So this doesn't necessarily cater to me. It's not calling my name, but I love the concepts and I think it would be worth buying if ingrowns and razor burn are an issue for you. Next up from Farmacy, their niacinamide mask. mask. It has 10% niacinamide, 3% panthenol and beta glucan, and then blueberry seed oil. Costs $42. My tea. First of all, this product. Let's just talk about the product objectively. This is interesting. If I were to see this on a shelf and like, oh, it's a niacinamide mask. I think it's a sleeping mask. If not, it's like a deep moisturizing mask. Don't know the tea behind that. I would be like, oh, this is interesting. It's nothing I haven't seen before necessarily. It's a moisturizer that has a higher percentage of niacinamide in it, period. I see that it's from Farmacy, and I know there's a lot of clean claims, clean marketing behind it. That's my main gripe with Farmacy. It's just, they're very like, we're natural. And I know a lot of people who are all about, I don't like chemicals and I don't like synthetic things, they're toxic, but they love Farmacy. And then I have to be like, it's not natural though. Like it's not like it's obviously the marketing behind it, but realistically probably 99% of everything in there has to be synthetically derived. It's just cheaper and more affordable that way. It's $42. That's my other gripe. Farmacy's expensive for no reason in my mind. There is nothing that I see. I haven't tried this yet. So again, this is all my opinion, and you take that with a grain of salt. Nothing I see in the formulation that warrants as being $42. There's nothing that brands at Target are doing that Farmacy is besting or bettering in any way that warrants a $42 price point for this, in my opinion. Next up, the Nars foundation. If you don't know, Nars just launched a new foundation. The big hype around it, or their marketing behind it, is that it's really primarily focused on skincare. They want to better your skin, and they say that with 6 weeks of consistent usage, you're going to see a marked improvement in overall skin, like complexion quality, blemishes and whatnots. Well, I got it. I bought it like 3 days ago. I'm actually wearing it right now. I'll have a review up on my channel of it, or I'll have the review up before this goes live if you want to check that out. I'm just now getting back into like non-fancy related cosmetics. I really want to try a lot more makeup brands in 2022 as I've learned more about color cosmetic formulation. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's really interesting. Looking at the ingredients though, I don't know where so many of these skincare claims come from. Realistically, it seems like there's a lot of like humectant, skin conditioning, moisturizing ingredients, and they're really betting a lot of these acne related claims on like a turmeric based extract, I believe, and something that's like a synthetic ingredient that gives you some of the benefits of oat. So I think they're really playing up those skincare claims. There's also like a $40 something foundation. Nars is not cheap, but my thing is just like, if you want skincare, get your skincare benefits from your skincare. I have videos either up or coming up very soon talking about if you want a lot of skincare benefits and a few products underneath your makeup, I have that content for you. You don't need all that coming from a foundation. Just have your foundation be your foundation, and that's it. But overall, I mean, it's on me right now. Tell me how you think it looks. Next up, which is just a category, and everyone was talking about it because I had to post this twice on Instagram. Everyone is hype about body care. We got some teases here and there in 2021, but we're seeing a lot more brands just kind of bring out body care in full force this year so far. Only the first month of the year has passed, but already people are very hyped for it. We had Faded come out with some products towards the end of last year. We had Boscia, in my mind, kickstarted it all last year. We've seen Zitstica, Hero Cosmetics. The brand that seems to have kickstarted for 2022 though is Naturium. That's my next point, is the Naturium body washes. They initially did 2 launches, and it was their Glow Oil body wash and their Salicylic Acid body wash. Got those. I've only tried the Glow Oil one. Magic. It is luxurious. It is so good. Your body is so soft and you smell so good. To me, it smells like Rice Krispie treats. My mom says it smells like candy. I can't confirm or deny her opinion on that, but it is definitely yummy. And then this last week, they launched 4 more. The Multivitamin Daily Nutrients body wash, the Brightener Vitamin C body wash, which also features some fruit enzyme-based exfoliants as well, and then the Soother Sensitive Skin body wash and the Smoother Glycolic Acid body wash. Remember when I was talking about I want actives? I want actives in body care. Like I want things for pigmentation, things for textures, things for acne. I didn't even know these were coming out. Naturium delivered these, so I'm really excited. The thing with these though is I can say I really love the Glow Getter Multi-Oil one because all it really does is moisturize. You're really going off of how it leaves the skin feel afterwards, what the effect is afterwards. All the other ones are active, so in order to see the full benefits of them, you have to use them for a prolonged period of time consistently. So I'm not going to be able to speak to the benefits of any of these for months. And I also don't have the 4 that just launched. So, I mean, maybe next year you'll get a review of my final thoughts on them. But if you want a good moisturizing body cleanser, the multi-oil one, delicious. What I will say is if they're worth it, definitely up to you. These are 500 ml bottles and they retail from anywhere between 14 to 16, which you look at that and you're like, oh, it's not a lot of money, but pretty much all body washes are about 500 ml. And you can get some as cheap as $3 to $5, depending on where you are, what store you're getting them at, or the overall claims of the body wash. So that's very subjective as to if these are worth it to you. The main difference to me is that some of these have actual active benefits to them, and you could see actual body care active benefits as a result of the ingredients in these. Could that warrant a higher price point? That's up to you. I talked to Susan about them because I was like, the multi-oil one felt really nice. It was luxurious. She's like, we wanted to make sure the quality and the user experience and sensory of it was worth the price point, because we are very well aware that these are expensive compared to everything else that they're next to in the body care section. I mean, I like them. I think they're really nice, and it's really exciting me to see body care with cleansers, like body washes, with actives that specifically target certain concerns, which is what I wanted. So make your opinion. These are cheaper than Sephora prices in my mind, and that's how I justify them. Things at the drugstore, they're not cheap anymore. Point blank, they're not drugstore prices anymore. They're getting mid-tier. Next up, I had a lot of people, at least a dozen or so, talk about a new launch from Krave. Mind you, I wasn't aware Krave was working on anything. I think in my first one of these Should I Buy videos, everyone was like, Krave oil cleanser, Krave oil cleanser, Krave balm cleanser. And I remember I shared people's answer to that, and Leah, you DM'd me. She's like, what are people talking about? We don't have anything launching anytime soon. So I got all these responses and I DM'd them to her, and I was like, Leah, what is everyone going on about? But she was like, I don't know, like something's coming up. So she's like, keep an eye out. But I haven't seen anything on Krave or Leah's story to know if something's coming. So I actually don't know. If you know, leave it down below in the comment section. As of right now, February 8th, I know nothing. Next up, from Dr. Sam, I had a few people talk about the Dr. Sam eye cream. If you don't know, I actually really like Dr. Sam Skincare. Their nightly and brightly serums are amazing, and I love their cleanser. And so I saw this eye cream and I was like, eye cream, you know, like I have my opinions of eye cream. I don't think they're necessarily worth anything. I feel like you can get so many of the benefits of actives from eye creams in your serums, and then if you don't want those, just use a regular moisturizer or Vaseline, honestly. And I looked this up because I was like, what's special about this? Essentially, it's an eye cream that features 2% grand active retinoid, niacinamide, and vitamin C. And I'm looking at that and I am actually underwhelmed. Again, like I think maybe you get more of a punch in their nightly serum and then just use one of their flawless moisturizers based off your skin type or whatever concern you have around your eye. I don't think you necessarily need this. That being said, am I going to say it's a bad product or not worth it? No, because I don't know, I haven't used it. But eye cream is a very personal topic for a lot of people. I'm not saying the hype around this necessarily, but that's no hate to Dr. Sam or this product. That's just me. Next, from Dieux, I had a lot of people talk about Dieux. Dieux is like a hot brand. I have yet to try any of their products. I have yet to get my hands on anything. That's not because I don't want to. I would love to try those eye patches, but apparently there's a moisturizer coming out, and I have seen Charlotte talk about it, tease it, apply it on camera, but not say much about it, and kind of discuss the formulation behind it and really hype up her formulator behind the brand for just putting in the work, really coming up with a great formulation. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's supposed to be like a oily skin appropriate lightweight gel moisturizer, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know a lot about it. Dieux seems like a very hot brand right now, and their launches, there's not a lot, but those eye patches are big and they're everywhere and everyone loves them. Let me know down below in the comments. Are you excited for this Dieux launch? Do you like Dieux Skincare? What are your thoughts? Next up is a sunscreen reformulation, relaunch, not quite sure. And I don't know if it's even just one sunscreen. I had a lot of messages on YouTube and then a lot of DMs and comments on Instagram about this. But SVR, a French pharmacy sunscreen or skincare brand, they have sunscreens, relaunched or reformulated one or some of their sunscreens. Not entirely sure because I haven't looked into it because this has kind of been in the last few days. But if you don't know, I did review 2 SVR sunscreens, did not have the best experience with them. If I had to give them a letter grade, it'd be like a C, maybe C+, because apparently they have great protection, but overall user experience was not fun. One of them paled, the other one, just compared to the other sunscreens I tested it alongside with, it just did not perform as highly and as elegantly as the other ones. But apparently they went through, reformulated them, and they are more elegant now. I will try to get my hands on the one or the few that are reformulated, re-review them, just because I'm still very interested in French pharmacy. Bioderma, Roche, Posay, obviously are really great sunscreen options. SVR, I hope, can reclaim a title that it once lost. Next, another sunscreen, this time from my favorite brand, Supergoop. They came out with another daily dose situation. So this is their daily dose Hydra-Ceramide Boost plus SPF 40 oil. So it's like a sunscreen serum oil situation. Looking at the marketing behind this, a lightweight moisturizing oil that goes where no skincare has gone before to deliver results like you've never seen. And it's going to help replenish your skin barrier, protect against UV rays, and help reduce visible signs of pollution, blue light, and infrared radiation. It has squalane, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and then SPF 40 claims. It's $46 for 30 ml once again. So, and this goes back to my last video. I filmed a video, I think the beginning of last year. So a year year ago now, talking about their SPF serum, and this gives me the same vibes. And I only say that because, and I'll put it up here on screen. What I don't like about what Supergoop does is I don't feel like they really adequately explain how to get the actual protection and the most out of their sunscreens. And they really hype up this sunscreen wardrobe where you take little bits of 17 different SPF products, I guess with the intention and hope that you get an SPF 30 or 40 or 50 at the end of everything. But like the marketing for this, they say start with water-based moisturizer for added hydration. I think this is like one of their SPF moisturizers. Apply 6 to 8 drops of this daily dose, 6 to 8 drops, that's it, and gently pat into skin, allow to absorb, and then follow with a primer. Nowhere do they tell you to adequately put on a generous amount, 2 to 3 fingers length, none of that. What is the point of this? Like, what's the reason? I would just take a very moisturizing sunscreen, have that be my one step, and I'm good. Not layer 14 different sunscreen products, little pinches of each one just to try to get some sun protection. No. And it's also $40 something. No. I appreciate Supergoop for making sunscreen fun for people and like getting people back into it. But as a brand, ugh. And it's funny is I always see people get PR from them and they actually have really cute PR packages. And I'm like, damn, I'm missing out. But then I'm just like, am I missing out? The brand is just not doing it for me. And I think it's just not worth it. No, don't get it. Get one good sunscreen. Next, from another clean brand, Herbivore. This is the Herbivore Nova. I actually really like Herbivore, so I can't really drag them. But Herbivore launched this Nova, which is a 50% vitamin C plus turmeric brightening serum. And it has 15% tetrahydrodecyl ascorbate as a vitamin C. So it's a vitamin C derivative, and then turmeric. And those are the things that they're like, you're going to fight dark spots and even uneven skin tones. And so like you're supposed to get some pigment like tyrosinase inhibiting benefits and then some antioxidant skin protecting benefits from this. It is $64 for, I believe 30 mil, yes, but it's a serum. So you're supposed to use it as a serum. Here's the tea with this. And again, I like Herbivore products just because I've had good experience with the products. I enjoy the sensory of them. They're fun to use, but they're also just really pretty. I don't think this is worth it. And this is no shade to Herbivore. Herbivore, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. And I think a friend of mine, Alicia Lardy, kind of worded it really well. She's like, they missed the mark with what's on trend right now. If this was a kojic acid, alpha-arbutin, tranexamic acid based product, making the same claims, game changer. And I'm only saying that, especially with my background as someone who's looking at this being like, the evidence for THD, tetrahydrodecyl ascorbate, as a pigment fighting ingredient isn't necessarily the most substantiated compared to these other actives that we know and that we've seen and that are having their moments. Like I know tranexamic acid was in a Glow Recipe launch. Naturium has a bunch of products with those. So does Verse. We're seeing those products in a lot of launches right now, specifically targeting pigmentation. And then we have Herbivore coming out with a vitamin C based product. And the irony behind it, and again, I'm not sitting in Herbivore product development meetings. The irony behind it is the fact that I'm looking at this being like, I think they wanted to go vitamin C's natural route, but then I'm looking at THD being like, that's synthetically derived. So I'm like, you could have redone this in a way that could have been very on brand, very innovative for what's happening now, but you chose to do vitamin C. And I mean, I've done my video talking about, I'm not going to overlook vitamin C, but a lot of people are like over vitamin C, and especially for skin of color, individuals that make their content around pigmentation for brown and black skin, they're not looking at vitamin C. The research is not there for vitamin C. They're looking at, again, kojic, tranexamic, azelaic, those acids. So interesting launch. It's not worth it. Love Herbivore. Next up, from La Roche-Posay, we have a couple products from their Cicaplast line. And if you don't know, Cicaplast is kind of their barrier care line. It features madecassoside, which is derived from centella. That's where the Cica comes from, as well as things like panthenide, zinc gluconate. It's very soothing for the barrier, very restoring, very calming for things like inflammatory acne and whatnot. I have a lot of people comment and ask, do I love the Cicaplast balm? I do. I will feature it in some videos to talk about it because people want to know. But apparently they're coming out with a serum and a mist. Love a mist. Was really hyped when I saw a mist specifically, but I haven't seen these yet. I've seen people post about them, but I have yet to really go to Boots. So I'm going to try to see if I can get my hands on these in the next couple of weeks, just because I, as I mentioned, have corrupted my barrier. So I'm definitely using the balm a lot. So I want to see like maybe in like tandem in conjunction, just like what a whole Cicaplast routine looks like. Let's talk makeup again for a minute. If you don't know, there's a brand that's called Amikolay, and it's a Black-owned cosmetic brand. I don't know if it's US or UK based, but I remember they launched, I believe, with foundations, and apparently now they're coming out with concealers. And to put it into perspective, the shade range, which I'll have up here on the screen, primarily focuses with deep skin first. I think I would maybe, I don't even know, be one of the lightest shades in the line. They definitely prioritize having a good range in the deeper skin tone range. And then they only go down to about mid-tier skin tones, I believe. release. So they came out with a concealer, and I remember hearing about the launch of the brand. I haven't heard any reviews about any of their other products. So I'm seeing this and I was like, I think I just want to get it, try it out. The concealers themselves are $24, which is actually not a bad price. It's very mid-tier for a concealer, and the branding looks really cute. The packaging looks really nice, very luxe, and the shade range obviously looks very good for deeper skin tones. It like has a really good array of undertones. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna get this. I think I'm gonna try it out. Have you tried Amikolay products? Let me know, but I guess expect a review soon. Next, and I am torn as to how to feel about this, honestly. Laneige launched a lip sleeping mask, but like a chocolate sleeping mask. I think with the lip sleeping mask, because that's like their hero, their famous product, they like to come out with iterations. I think I remember seeing somewhere a gummy bear version, but now they came out with chocolate. So I'm not gonna lie, like it does not sound appetizing. It does not sound good, because I just think it's gonna smell and taste like synthetic chocolate, and that doesn't sound good to me. It's like how people feel about synthetic banana, like that whole flavor. No, it's just not tea. Also, I don't know how that would look on the lips. Would it be like a nice nude brown gloss? I don't know. Not appealing to me. Just stick to regular, normal, whatever sleeping mask. I don't even know how well these do for Laneige for them to keep coming out with iteration after iteration of them, but chocolate to me is not the mark. Another makeup one. This is from Makeup Forever. They're redoing their Ultra HD foundation line. That was like one of my OG foundations. Ultra HD also was like one of the OG like big foundations with the good range of undertones. Pre-Fenty. I mean, honestly, I don't know how long the Tanti Dole from Lancome's been out. I think of like MAC and Cover FX, and then Makeup Forever. And apparently they're phasing out the old like OG Ultra HD foundations for this new relaunch. I don't have details about this yet, but I did see it on Trend Moods page, and then I saw someone comment it in my question about new launches. I think the Makeup Forever Ultra HD line is everything. I love the stick foundation. That cream foundation is chef's kiss, and the liquid foundation is really nice too. So I would definitely love to see what this is all about, what it looks like, what they're changing specifically. Low-key hyped about this just due to nostalgia reasons. And then Beauty Bakery. If you go back, I'll link it in the cards, and I think the first one of these videos I talked about Beauty Bakery skincare, and I was actually very excited because it's a Black-owned brand. They're all about a very specific aesthetic and look and gimmick, which is really cute. It's like Glow Recipe. Like I love a gimmick. I love a concept. And so they finally launched, or they released what the products are going to be. And so I'm looking at Trendwood right now. You have a glycolic acid facial cleanser. Interesting. Better Half My Creamer moisturizer. Again, the gimmick. It's all about baking and food, and it's cute. Coffee Break AHA BHA exfoliating facial. Don't Be Chai Tea toner. Our Daily Bread deep cleansing cognac sponge. And then you can get all of them together in a little grocery bag pouch, which is super gimmicky. Love that. Again, I don't know when these are launching necessarily, but the whole concept looks super cute. Is it anything necessarily innovative? No, but it's a Black-owned brand that is, you know, very, very big on their marketing and very big on their brand identity, coming out with skincare, and that to me is very exciting, and the products are so cute. Definitely want to get these when they launch. If you have any details, let me know, but I don't see a date for these yet, so I'll definitely be staying tuned. If you want to talk about gimmicks, you want to talk about brand identity, Oscar Mayer, my baloney has a first name, Oscar Mayer, came out with face masks, and they look like bologna slabs, and I remember people on Twitter were like, why? But I'm like, that is so cute. As someone who loves a face mask, loves a sheet mask, I just look at those and I'm like, that is so cute. I don't even like bologna. I hated bologna growing up, but I still want to get one of these. And I just think it's all about a gimmick. It's all about enjoying your skincare, having fun with it. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not trying to change the world. Reminds me of in Mean Girls, that scene with Damien. They're in the library and Damien just has like lunch meat on his face. That's what I think of. Is it worth it? I mean, I would get it. I want to try it. And the last thing I want to talk about, and I've talked about this in other videos with other brands, but I'm seeing more and more of this like exodus from Sephora to Ulta, and the latest brand to announce a shift in the move is Fenty, which is shocking to me. Fenty is a Kendo brand, and Kendo is a Sephora sub-brand. And the big thing, I mean, I've talked about this before, working at Sephora, they're like, we are an LVMH company, we are esteemed, we are high class, we have status. We're all about exclusivity. And you get all these brands just like trying to go over to Ulta now. Don't know what that's about. And I'm interested to just like understand. I don't know the internals of it, but like, how does that work? Is it still a Kendo brand? What is that going to look like for the brand? Because here in the UK, they had something similar, but the change was so soon after the launch, because they initially launched at Harvey Nichols, which Harvey Nichols is a very high-end department store here in the UK. And then after a few months, they transitioned to Boots. And Boots is like, I mean, I would equate it to Ulta here. It's like if Ulta met Walgreens, and you know those Walgreens that are like really nice and have really good cosmetic sections, like that. It's very interesting. I want to know your thoughts on this. And also if you know the ins and outs of how that works and why it's happening, let me know. My personal opinion, I'm excited. excited. I think Ulta is a bit more of an accessible shopping experience, even though Fenty is still more of a high-end brand. Because Ulta, you have both ends of the spectrum there. You have really affordable drugstore, high-end luxe brands in one space. The overall shopping customer service experience is very different between the two. I have never gone into an Ulta and had someone help me out or seen me struggle and offered to assist me. You want at Sephora, they're behind you at all times. You need anything? Can I help you with anything? Would you like some assistance? They're always there. I would prefer the Sephora shopping experience, but I do understand that Ulta is definitely a lot more accessible. I mean, my mom's an Ulta girl through and through, and that's her store. She's always at Ulta. So, and my mom, because of me, loves Fenty. So it's going to be fun for her. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Let me know. But with that, that was my first should I buy of the year 2022. It's kind of encapsulating the last 2 months because I have been slacking. But let me know down below in the comments section, what are some recent launches that you're loving or some upcoming launches that you're very excited for that I didn't talk about in this video? Or what are some of your opinions on the products or concepts that I mentioned? Sound off in the comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and Fenty related content on my channel. Give it a thumbs up and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.